Thank you, Halen. Let's begin now. This 9 o'clock hour with the latest on a crash south of Haysville that left one person dead and 2 hurt Monday night.
Now, it happened at East 95th Street south of Broadway just before 8 o'clock. Now, the Sedgwick County Sheriff's Office saying a vehicle was headed south on Broadway when it crossed into oncoming traffic and struck a pickup head on. The driver of that car died in that crash. 2 people in the pickup were taken to the hospital with minor to serious injuries. Authorities tell us the cause of the crash is under investigation.